As you may have deduced from the title, I'm going to be doing some Ikit Claw today. I've played this campaign quite a bit, so quite familiar with how it works, so I'm hoping I'll be able to deliver what is an optimal playthrough, at least for the first, I don't know, maybe 20-30 turns. That should be pretty close to how you should play it through, in my opinion, based on the stuff I've seen and what I've done. Not everybody's probably going to agree with the way I play it through, but there are certain things you can do which makes it a bit more fun and a little bit easier even. I wouldn't call what I do cheesy, but maybe not standard playthrough, I wouldn't say.
Supreme Warlock Master, your knowledge of science and sorcery is unsurpassed.
My favorite Skaven faction by far. Easily the best one. Probably play some of the other ones as well, but felt like I just wanted to start off with this one. Devious plans and ferocious plans. So yeah, so we want the ferocious ones. I just prefer going that route first. Start off with a warlock. Let's see what got on this guy. So we got disciplined, but doesn't matter a whole lot because I'm going to be sending him off immediately to start constructing undercities. So it's nice that he's disciplined, but it ain't going to matter too much for the playthrough. Let's see. I think Specialist reduces the cost of undercities, not entirely sure, but I'm gonna get him in here for a couple of battles at least. Probably gonna sack this city for a little while so we can get experience. I'd rather they came to us rather than us trudging over there. So we're gonna do that first. In terms of commandments here, I'm gonna need some food. Not gonna upgrade this because I'm gonna let the rebels take Skaven Blight. Then I'm gonna come back and occupy it at level 4. Why do I do that? Well, because you'll get to level 4 much faster than you by trying to grow it yourself. That's a bit of a cheesy thing you can do with Skaven. And you can do it with any Skaven faction, by the way. Doesn't have to be this one. I don't think anyone's really going to be willing to go see with us.
Choose your next words. Now we're talking.
Who calls? Your words and heart I will.
Normally you can get a few non-aggression packs though. Apart from that, it's hard to get anything done because everybody pretty much hates you.
Only true vengeance will agree.
Besides, most of them break the non-aggression packs anyway, but
Warp lightning!
let's see. We'll fight this one. I usually like to save my Doom Rockets for emergency situations, so I'm not just going to fire them off willy-nilly. In saying that, if I do see a nice opportunity to get a bunch of kills, I'll probably just use one. I actually went through a couple of campaigns in this without ever having to use them. So. I like these Doom Flayers. You rarely lose one in a battle, and they're good at soaking up damage.
Storm Demon Prime! Ikit Claw!
And they're good at drawing the enemy away as well.
Casting Death Pain! My plan! Death device is charged! Kill!
I like the units you start off with, especially these Warplock Giziles, just great range.
Ikit Claw!
Of course, Ikit Claw. Bunch of kills just for that. firing that flamethrower into them.
Kill all things. Skryre's wrath. Warp lightning. Scamper forward. Doom.
Good, good! Skaven! Yes, yes!
Run, chase.
Where the things?
War systems on.
Slay storm!
Onwards. Die, die. Ikit Claw. Storm Thief. Now.
Die, die!
For Skaven blood.
So the thing I like about these Doom Flayers, and I'm not saying I'm going to have them in a Doom stack or anything, but like at the start of the campaign, even though they take damage, as long as all 4 of them are still alive at the end of the battle, they'll get all their health back. So that's what I mean when I say soaking up damage. They're fully healed again. That applies to every unit in the game, it's just that it's hard to keep all 160 clan rats alive. Doesn't apply to single entity units though, so if I had a Doom Whale and it took half damage, it's going to remain at half health.
Mass murder now. Questions
I'm
later.
not going to occupy this because we want to get experience from this, and also we need food.
Chief Warlock, Ikit
Need
Claw.
food to occupy this again. We're not going to get food if we occupy that place. We're actually going to lose.
Science, sorcery. There.
That one level will do. I'm going to send him off ASAP to get these undercities set up. I like to start colonizing the big cities first, like we got Karak there at Castle Drakenhof, Altdorf, things like that. Places that you know are going to be making money. We want to use our undercities to make money.
Clan Skryre.
We're only going to be using these Skaven slaves and stuff to soak up damage, so they cost. These clan rats cost 4 times as much. No point getting that, in my opinion, when you can just get Skaven slaves, which are almost as good. I mean, clan rats are slightly better, but not good enough to warrant the upkeep cost. I'll keep this one in my army for now, just in case we need it.
Sorcerer, inventor! Yes,
We are
yes.
going to be relying on artillery and Skaven slaves for a little while. You're probably wondering, won't the Beastmen come and raise this place?
Claw has no
As long as there's no garrison left at the end of the turn, they won't raise it. If they were another faction and they occupied stuff, they would occupy it. But factions that only raids or sack stuff won't sack empty cities. Raise them.
Call.
When taking him out.
I say move!
These guys will betray us soon. I
Time for talk is
don't
over.
think we got a non-aggression
refuse.
pack, but they will most likely attack us very soon.
Tinker, tinker. Retreat. Device is upgraded. Yes, yes.
Getting
Ikit Claw.
about 10 food each time we attack that place. Obviously on Skaven you want to maximize your chance to ambush people, because that'll also come into play when you're doing normal attacks on them, because they ambush people when they attack, right?
Skaven Bright's greatest, best inventor.
I want to get to these things here ASAP with food capacity and things like that. That'll allow us to get things to level 5 immediately rather than level 4. That's what we're aiming for here.
So,
Fear the pirate queen! Salt and blood food.
This will rebel in 5 turns, it says. So it'll probably be about 7 turns before they destroy it.
What your back tail? Steal things. Run, rats.
Where Yazu Shari?
These men usually make pretty good distractions for the surrounding factions, so I like to leave them there.
More warpstone.
I mean, you could justify, I guess, attacking them for extra experience, but I like to leave them there just to cause chaos.
More warpstone. Now, now. Skavenblight revels in this victory.
I think I'll stick something in here just so we can get it rolling, even though it's not the optimal city. It should make quite a bit. I think there's a building in this dwarven settlement that generates quite a lot of money. So if they build that, then that's going to be good for us, obviously. Didn't put one in Maragliano because I think we'll be taking that soon. I don't think the Undercity would ever have time to pay itself off. The other thing is these things is like long-term investments. They cost a lot of money to set up, but if you set them up in the right cities, they're going to pay off a lot of dividends.
For the power.
Should be a city right there. We can't quite see it, but yeah, it's there.
Clan rats are not content. Despoiled. Miscalculating. Trouble now, now. Where are my schematics? Arrivo.
So let's check.
You come bearing arms.
So they're about as strong
Is
as
it
us. Obviously, they're going to recruit another army as well, so they're going to come at us pretty soon.
Aranessa salt spite. I will parley with you.
I like to get trade usually with Sartosa. You can also send your warlock engineer down there to set up an undercity there, which I could have done. I didn't think about it on this playthrough though. I wouldn't be surprised to see Estalia come at us this turn or next turn, maybe. Probably with a full stack, maybe more.
Enemies in sight.
Beastmen are just sitting there. They've got nothing to do. They see the city, but they're not going to raise it. There's no garrison.
Biggest brain rat. Skavenblight, great inventor.
Rid of these guys now.
Test subjects.
Not really fulfilling any purpose. Another 3 turns then. By that time we'll have enough food to level it up. No real point in expanding these buildings because we're just going to demolish them. So we'll demolish these at the last second and get our money back for them.
Muscata watches. This way.
Right, so they have built that building and it's producing 500 income. But I can justify getting a undercity here. Cooldown on them is relatively long. I think it's 10 turns. I think it's 15 turns for pirate coves, I think. Which
You caught me in a non-battle.
kind of strange since pirate coves ain't nearly as good as
Who
undercities.
calls?
The only downside to doing this is that you're going to discover a lot of factions on your way. Many of them will declare war on you. Got to be ready for a lot of people coming at you in this campaign. Didn't see where the beastmen went, but presumably Estalia is on their way, so that's why they hightailed it out of here.
Test weapons. Fight later. Powered exosuit.
As for the last one, I usually like to get Corruptive Looter. Either of them is. One of the campaign win conditions is spreading escape and corruption, so you might as well get that one, I suppose.
Warlock engineer.
We'll sit here and ambush chance. 100% ambush chance for us now in these grassy or these forested areas. We may as well sit there in between turns. Maybe one of their armies will walk into you if we get lucky.
Diabolical. Turn around the walls.
I will send him over to Karak. I've been waiting there for a little while, but at least now we get to set this one up. And I usually like to set them up to be self-sufficient so that they're not draining my food.
No devastation.
And at the
Like
same time,
Ikit's
have a
devastation.
low
Yes,
risk
yes.
of being discovered. I like to go for this one in the settlements. Half of their income gets to me. And the scavenger horde for... And this one as well. I usually hold off on building this one for as long as I can because it drains your money.
God.
Usually one level is enough in the second yellow building to prevent them from protecting you, but if you're feeling paranoid, just go for another level. It only costs an extra 100 per turn. It's pretty much guaranteed that your undercity will never be discovered. No Astali yet.
You come bearing arms.
They're only at war with us too, so it's natural that they should come eventually. The Beastmen have a decent stack. I mean, it's full of garbage, but these guys only have garbage as well, so...
Kill targets now. Device is upgraded. Yes, where are my schematics? Cogs in motion. Ikit Claw
we're
has
too close to
no
the Beastmen, so we can't go into ambush stance there.
More warpstone. Now, now!
This will rebel in one turn. They may well lay siege to it on that turn, so I am going to dismantle these now. And they're not providing us with much money anyway, so why risk leaving it?
Sorcerer. Yes, yes. I order. Skryre, move.
Just keep building this up. Okay, we get this right now. I don't find any of these rights to be particularly useful. Even this one with the Doom Engineer is not that useful, because it shares a cooldown with the normal engineer deploying the things, so what's the point? I mean, you get the Doom Laboratory, but which will get you +1 Warlock Engineer, so it may be worth doing that when the time comes. What do we need to get that right, actually? Maybe worth doing that at least just once. 3 technologies, so we are about 4 turns away from that. And we have 9 turns, so 5. So if we brought this guy back, we could put him in our army, then get another one to the undercities. Let's do that actually. Drag him back now. Which the rebels have spawned now. If they lay siege this turn, just click on the garrison and attack them. Auto resolve it. You'll lose, but they'll raise the place immediately, I think. So these guys have rather foolishly force marched into that place, so we can attack them now. We'll be fighting the battle, of course.
Disarms.
Just see if there's anything in the workshop we can get that will help us out. Let's see. I'm not going to be using most of these, but choose Giselles. Definitely going to be using poison wind mortars. You can upgrade these as well. I'll leave it for now, in case, just in case we
Fight, move.
need the food.
Slay. Murder, death, kill.
So they definitely have another stack somewhere. They were about equal to us in strength rating, probably much higher than us now. But I have no problem with them sending armies to die in this settlement.
Spears. Ricarac.
So I'm just gonna run at them like this. They don't have any range units. Maybe one or two I think I saw, but much.
Storm demon primed.
Flank them with our missile units.
Skaven slaves.
Let them come to us, because
Attack!
we outrange them
Kill contraptions at hand.
quite substantially.
Move, run.
I usually like to get these Giselles to take out the Lord,
Ikit Claw.
otherwise they can be a bit troublesome to deal with.
Feel the wind. Scary race.
Sometimes they'll back off when you do that, sometimes they'll just walk into it. It's kind of hit and miss.
Warlock yourselves!
We serve. Advance retreat. Skaven slaves. Each remains.
Warlock yourselves!
Die, die, die. At once. Scary death, yes. Ikit Claw. Kill all things. Casting death, pain.
Warlock yourselves! March! Scurry, yes! Hasten! Hurry!
Escape, yes, yes. Fight! Now you die!
Just a little bit slow in my opinion. Maybe holding back because our units are blocking his view. So we'll try and shoot these ones
Go,
instead.
run, go! To bits! Attack, attack! Yes, yes, fine! Council's command! Doomslayer! Slaves down! Our tile's yours! Claw on button! Storm demon! Now! Start plan! Warp lightning! Ikit Claw!
Those Giselles are quite good at taking out lords.
What orders?
Kill! Kill! Murder! Death!
It's not their faction leader though. Right, so he's gone.
Council's command!
Warpstone magic! Kill sequence!
And since they were already inside the settlement, we don't need to chase them down. Don't know if that has any impact on the food you get at the end of the battle. I think it's based on how many you kill, but not going to waste time chasing them down. We have enough food now to do. I think now is just a bonus.
Tinkerers! Haribo! Chief Warlock! Ikit Claw!
What's this? Haven't been getting very lucky with the items. But whatever.
No, you failed.
we don't go into ambush stance, they'll attack us.
Engineer of Skryre. Cogs in
Try and
motion.
sit here. We want them to attack us, want them to attack the settlement, of course.
Harness the power.
Hopefully they'll lay siege this turn. They definitely have the units for it. The faster they do it, the faster we can get our city back. That's good, they're at war with each other. Less likely to declare war on me now, I reckon. If I could sneak in the back door and take their city off them, that would definitely be plus.
You're under hills.
So no attack yet.
Stop. Yes.
It'll come though, it'll come.
This arms race. No. Device is upgraded. Yes, yes. More warpstone. Now.
I want him in a Doom Whale, not a Doom Flayer, so no point attacking the mounts. Now you don't really need Lightning Strike as Skaven since you're ambushing anyway. So I usually don't take it. Let's say I max this out and then something in there.
Skaven Blades, greatest, best inventor. Tinker, tinker.
Find somewhere where it's 100%, but there's nothing close to me, unfortunately. I'm gonna
Victory.
hide here and hope that we don't get spotted.
No, Gracia.
And notice they've made these rebellions slightly more aggressive now. Previously they didn't chase stuff down in other territories, but sometimes they will come after your armies and stuff.
Engineer.
What else possible here?
Stay in your dank hole.
You are who query. I'm in charge here. For that is.
I have only one.
Yeah, so
Make this.
not exactly surprising. I knew they would end up doing this eventually. They always do this. Stab you in the back. I don't think AI have reliability rating, by the way. But no skin off their nose, really, is it? They're laying siege now.
Warp lightning conductor charged.
So in order to speed this up, we can just auto-resolve that, and they should raise it and then piss off, I think.
No, need my warp token stash.
They should disappear next turn. If they don't, I think we'll beat them anyway.
Science, sorcery, death. Our under-empire, bigger, stronger.
I'll loot this now and occupy it because I don't want to be sitting without a settlement for the end turn. Just in case they had an army nearby and we took attrition.
Where am I?
Fortunately, it's going to be 2 turns, I think, till we can get to Skaven Blight. That's fine.
Plan scheme is
Once we get there, really, that's all that matters. Have him... Because they don't have Arcane Conduit, I usually don't feel there's any point going down the magic route with them. So I'm going to go down the artillery route, because we're going to have a lot of artillery. That's going to be very useful.
More warpstone. Now, now.
Have that in 1 turn. You can dismantle the Doom Boom Laboratory if you really want to. It provides, I think, more money than it costs. But I prefer to keep it because it gets you +1 warlocks. So the rebels have disappeared. Exactly as we thought they would.
Best inventor.
We can use that to trade now, but I doubt they'll want to trade with us.
Shall we cut a deal? Or shall I cut
Declared war
your
on them, they
throat?
would, but those guys would definitely come after us.
Exosuit ready. Me.
Span one of these now, we're gonna have the warlock in the army. Saving up money now so we can build that region up as fast as possible. Five turns left, so I'll get this going now. I think he should spawn this turn or next turn. So there he is, so it'll take him a couple of turns to get down here anyway. Cartosa usually makes a bit of money, so it's good to get one installed there. Just continue this. I always prioritize building the undercities over building my own city because they just make so much money. So in 4 turns that'll be done. We can get that in about 3 turns time. I don't think I'll need this one for this particular settlement. They usually don't have a lot of forces garrisoned there. They're moving towards us now. We can see they're raiding into Barrow. I'm perfectly fine if they want to take that back off me. We should be able to get it up to level 4 now. Now we get a level 4 Skaven Blight on like turn 12. Could have got it like a turn or 2 earlier, but I I misjudged my movements. And obviously want to get this installed again. As well as all of these buildings. I also want to get a construction cavern so we can get catapults. Plus 3,000 though. Actually, I think I prioritize getting that over the expensive, what is it, like the arcane generators. This is good, but we need the catapults ASAP so we can start actually moving out and taking stuff. Plus we'll be able to get 3 warlock engineers there, I think.
The doom comes.
Send him off to do his thing.
Big battle.
So minus construction cost. I'll wait for this one turn. It's gonna give us 200 less on it. I think all of these quite cheap, so hold off on that. We just get a bunch of money back. Oh yeah, basically we cancelled that.
Test subjects.
So they're able to get it all in one go next turn. Also the garrison is massively upgraded here now, so it can pretty much fend for itself against any invasion.
The Queen of Tides!
So hopefully we'll be fully recovered by the time they get here. So it's hard to see where they are. Sometimes you can tell on the map because there'll be like a raiding camp, but can't see anything right now. Once they move out more, we'll be able to tell whether they've taken this path or this path.
Make repairs.
3 turns until we can do that. We could have waited a couple of turns and just saved some money, but just wanted the cooldown to
No Skaven
start ticking on it. Trade all of these now.
Ikit Claw.
Let's see if we can find these guys. Still can't tell, but it seems like they've taken this way. They attacked us in Skaven Blight, they would lose anyway. It was relevant.
Kill contraptions.
Pretty confident we can take whatever they throw at us, even just for Skaven slaves. So looks like these guys are taking the Beastman out, which is unfortunate because now they're going to come after us, I think. In the next couple of turns, I would say. Fortunately, my game did crash out during the end turn there. Hopefully it won't happen again. Sometimes the game crashes when these Shrine of Cain faction is taking their turn. I don't know why it happens, to be honest. These guys are attacking now. I don't see any reason to fight this battle. I'm just going to let them take that back off me now.
Cower before Chief Wolf.
So as I said earlier, people are going to start declaring war on us. But that's fine, we knew that was going to happen. Let's be done in one turn and need to save money for the catapults then. Not going to buy anything else. I'll wait here for this to be done.
Engineer of Skryre.
Let's see how the garrison's looking now. I doubt they'd attack us, but
Where are my schematics?
we hide here in ambush stance.
Cloaking.
They may try and lay siege to Skaven Blight while the garrison's only at half strength. Then we may be able to get them in an ambush, favorable ambush battle.
God.
It's gonna be hard for us to recruit catapults if they're up our ass. I think they've had their turn, they've just opted to stay there. If they stay there and we get catapults, it's going to be game over for them. They're kind of against the clock now to beat us.
Weaklings detected. Warp lightning.
I'm going to move as far back as possible now.
Go,
Definitely don't
go,
want to be
go.
interrupted while doing this. I usually like to get about 5 of them. So our recruitment capacity, get 5. If we can afford it, that is. I don't think we can afford 5 this turn though. Get 4. 4 should be enough.
Fallen deckhands.
So next turn we can expand the Under Empire as well. Going for this ASAP now. Don't really need anything here for now.
You caught me in a non-murdering mood.
Squeeze money out of them, that'll be good. Squeeze enough for another catapult? I don't think so. Yes, I'm gonna cancel this just so I can get
Science, sorcery, there.
this as well. Just so we can get the second catapult now.
Warlock engineer.
It take 2 turns to recruit, so I don't be standing here too long. We'll get that next turn. It's quite expensive. We also got to build up the Undercity, so might have to delay that building for a little while longer. Let's get the Warlock Laboratory set up. Yeah, we get +1 Warlock Engineers now, so we can hire another one now and send him off instead to expand our Undercities. So this is giving us 20 discoverability, and we want to keep that up. So it'll be 20 plus, it's 100 there. 140, so we need it to be about 60, so we need about 80, minus 80, which we're not going to get. We're not going to get minus 40. So we're building that now, obviously. I just have to build the raiding camp. I still want it to be food self-sufficient. But it's making a lot of money. It's almost to pass up the money. It'll get us to 100 minus 40. I think we'll do it like that. Just go for the money building.
Of betrayal strong.
So which warlocks can we get? I guess strategist is what we want. 10 turns so we can get another one. I'm going to send him to Karazakarak. Probably take him about 8 turns to get there. But I'll hire him next turn just to give a little bit of margin for error. Need to try and be saving with our money, so I want to get him unnecessarily.
My technocracy. I hate death.
I really hate fighting against the rebels, as basically any faction. I just find them so difficult to fight against. It's kind of worrying they've declared war on us, but normally they do stick to their forests. I rarely see them leaving it. So if they came down to us, I would be surprised. And again, it's not like it hasn't happened before. They both take 3 turns. They'll get us to 60.
Exosuit ready.
Absolutely not.
These guys can move that far.
Bigger warp forges.
We stand here. I want to stand somewhere where they can attack us. We can retreat, perhaps, just to draw them out of the settlement.
Melts them.
Don't necessarily want to fight them in there.
Kill contraptions.
See if this works. If we stand here,
Progress. Yes.
we're in range of this.
More warp stone.
No.
We're not in range of reinforcements now, so they may come out and attack us,
I'll ignore that.
and be put into force march stance. Hopefully that won't lose us too much movement getting back there. I don't like this province because it's full of rivers, so it takes forever to get through it.
Skavenbright's greatest.
The thing is, we could use the underway, but that's very risky to use that, I think. Nothing where we can get here. I also want to try and get these poison wind mortars ASAP. Build that down there. They're also very good units. We'll get this guy next turn instead. Can also put undercities in the forest as well. That's a good place for them. I don't know if the inhospitable climate affects the undercity income. I don't think it does, but I'm not entirely sure.
Retreat.
So they have gone into force march, but unfortunately I think we're a bit too far to actually capitalize on that.
Optics enhanced.
Well, it would have been smarter to move a little bit closer, actually. I'm going to take the risk. I'm just going to We'll just attack them in the settlement, I guess. Definitely want more ammunition. Sometimes you do run out.
Clan rats are not content.
Build that just yet. Get the warlock now.
You're in my optics.
So they'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. May take the full 9 turns to get there. Should be there roughly when it comes off cooldown.
Clan etching.
What's this? Oh,
Many
I
kills
usually
today.
don't use these. Where they can do. Might keep them around. It could be useful, but if I did keep them around, it would be to perform agent actions. This isn't very useful, so I'm actually gonna get rid of this guy. I find these random dudes spawning in my cities to be more of a nuisance, to be honest. I like to be very careful with the traits I pick in my agents.
Warlock engineer.
I will not obey.
Ikit Claw.
Says we haven't got much of a chance, so I don't think that's very accurate considering we have artillery. They don't. Just to be safe though, we'll grab another one of those.
Set suit to war.
Actually no, we've got the Doom Rocket. If anything happens we can just use that, I suppose.
Sorcerer, inventor. Yes, yes.
I think we were finished with this city, right? We probably should get something here in case it gets discovered. Really suck if they discover that because we put so much money into that.
Test weapons. Murder, death, kill. Ready, ready.
So I'm thinking we should probably set up as far back as we can go.
What?
We also should probably use the Doom Rocket now because we're up against quite a lot of units.
Counselor's command. Warlock of death, Hacknam. Ikit Claw.
Wait for the Doom Rocket.
Quick, fast. Now, ready, now. Blade claw, catapult. Skittle and leap.
These guys are good at throwing some of their other units away, so I'll send them off to the side.
Born of Amidite. Them die, die. Master kill. This is yes. Attack, attack. Blaze down.
Well, we end up firing the rocket here, so shoot at something else.
Blade claw, catapult. Creature in a car. Faster study.
Oh wait. Forgot that it interrupts you if you try and use several stings at once.
Study, race. Warlock to the earth.
decent bit of damage there. Unfortunately, they're not as close together as they could be.
Go, run, go! Orb lightning! Blade core catapult! What orders? For the Vermintide! War systems on! Infernal weapons! Murder, death!
Dash, kill, kill!
Blade core catapult! What orders? Scamper forward! Storm demon, now! Skryre's will!
Definitely want to try and take that lord out. Okay, he's dead now, that's good.
Ikit Claw! Guide us all. Kill, yes! Nice! Nice!
Ready, ready! Creek.
These guys aren't as fast as pistoliers, unfortunately. I need to shoot those guys from over here instead.
Fields the winds! Murderous! Warp stone magic! Blade core catapult! Attack! Murder, kill! Stephen Scourge! Casting death pain! Stun face! Blade core catapult!
Murder, kill! We obey!
Yes, yes!
So don't need to chase anybody down as usual. So, the warp doom rocket, anything possible.
Steal things, all things.
Just take this now.
Life is upgraded. Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
There'll be rebellions to farm experience off, so that's fine. What else we need here? Probably should get this set up. Wait till next.
Skaven Bright's greatest, best invent.
The time for talk.
It looks like that's their only remaining army, so I think we should beeline it over there and try and take that city out.
Kill contraptions!
It looks like we may have gotten some warp fuel back from that rocket, so let's try and
Slice.
get another one in case we need it. I got one, unfortunately. Get this, we can get infinite ammunition on these guys. Thing is, I don't know if we're going to be having very many rattling guns. And they are decent, but the artillery is just much better, to be honest. We'll leave it for now. We are going to be getting mortars, but we won't have access to them for turns yet. Definitely want to be building towards them though. Okay for money
Warp power!
this far.
March advance when ready.
Looks like they've marched off. Aren't recruiting, so maybe they're worried about us attacking them. We need to wait here anyway, because it's going to be a rebellion.
What your back, tail?
Engineer of Skryre! More warpstone! Now, now!
Sit here for now.
Where's my dome rocket? Move again soon!
The Empire.
Sir, the Sea Father tasks me to this. No, not this.
We will upgrade this next turn. We didn't build anything now, I don't think. I need more money for that. It's fine. We also need to get this though. Can't upgrade that first because it takes 4 turns, this takes 3. So we'll need 4,000 for that. We'll have that next turn, but we won't have the we should get money from the rebellion, so we can wait another turn with this, I guess. Yeah, we'll wait another turn with that.
Science! Sorcery! Yeah.
They'll probably start recruiting another army here as well. Could also go for Tilea instead, since they're a lot closer.
Where shadow, horned rat. Set suit to war, fight mode!
Not gonna bother fighting this because don't want to be wasting time.
No use for
Those
this
catapults. Need food, but there's just so little food I can hardly justify it.
Go, go, go!
Money is more of a concern right now. So now we can get this upgraded. Consumes food, unfortunately, but nothing to do with that now.
Revel in this victory.
Keeping this laboratory.
Engineer.
One's generating +1 food in total. Okay, for
My technocracy. No malice, more warpstone.
another rebellion soon. Another 9 turns until we get these in our army. I don't think I can wait 9 turns. I think I'd rather just attack these guys now. While they're off doing other shit.
By the comet.
Seems like the smartest thing to move in here. Better replenishment in there.
Scamper, scamper.
I'll try and use the underway to get over the water if I can. I don't think we have any treaties with those guys, so it should be fine just to attack them right off the bat. Shouldn't need the Doom Rocket, but we've got it in case we do. They haven't moved back to their settlement, which is... Might sack it a few turns just so we can get it to level 4, level 5. Really like this before we take it, because that'll be able to get it to level 5 immediately. No point in us taking this now if it's just going to be level like 2 or something. That's pointless for this game, and that's not how it's supposed to be done. I may just sack it over and over again. Rebellions here, we can't do anything about that now. We're not going to wait on them to spawn. Skaven Black could probably handle any rebellion anyway. Quite decent garrison.
More warpstone. Now. Stalk. Yes.
Apparently we can make it here by the water anyway.
Run, rats.
These guys are coming back now.
The Empire.
By the
Be a
comic.
problem, actually.
Test subjects. See only confuses small-brained rats.
If they attacked us with this army and this,
The Empire.
sure they would lose. They could force march these guys up, I'm pretty sure. This is how far I can. Let's force march range there. Should be okay, to be honest. Oh, we can't reach this now, anyways. There's no point attacking it. You can see. Oh, movement for it.
You caught me undone. Quick,
I have sunk the Scabrous. Mouthful of urchin.
The 4 turns till we can get that laboratory, or that undercity. Looks like he'll just make it there and no more in 4 turns, so that's... It did move in there, which is unfortunate, but I reckon with a nice Doom Rocket we can probably take out like half of the garrison in one go. We have got a Doom Rocket to use.
Science, sorcery, death.
As for the mortars, there's an easy way to deal with those. I'll show you if you didn't know about it. Get this now, just because putting it off long enough, it's increase our income quite a bit.
You come bearing
So these guys have got another army somewhere. Not moving towards us because they're not raiding us.
your man gods and you be
They're at war with Sartosa,
Fear the pirate. Choose your next words
so I'm not
carefully.
going to join the war against
The
them.
swordfish has dry powder and is ready to fire. A done deal.
Be able to trade with these guys soon.
Where are my schematics?
Try and take out those great swords stuff first of all. None of their range shit should matter once we're in the walls. Depends how the battle goes. I just take a few more of these. Will cost more food, but we might need them, to be honest. We haven't got a very strong melee army ourselves,
Which kill device?
so let's see how it goes. We should get quite a bit of food from this battle anyway. So I can kinda justify doing that.
Blade claw catapult. Ricarac. Ricarac. Warlock engineer.
Best place to it. It's pretty much the same in both places.
Skaven, yes, yes.
Sit quite far back so their artillery don't shoot at us.
Skaven slaves.
Not too concerned if he gets damaged, he won't be fighting anything.
Ikit Claw.
I'll let him take the tower shots for us.
Blade claw catapult. Sneak, sneak. Run.
Fortunately they have these bombs, they do quite a bit of damage.
Moving.
It is important that we get
Going locked.
them taken out first.
Cranky streak. Clan, advance. Over here. Quick, go.
We're wasting any ammunition, so
This way. What orders?
just one more shot will do it.
Blade claw catapults. For the Vermintide. Oh, stop.
That'll do.
War blades charged. Warlock of death.
In terms of these mortars, you can either summon the clan alerts on top of them, and that will cause them to bug out and leave their mortars and just run to the walls, as long as they take damage. Or you can use them to try and shoot their own units. I'm going to try doing that first of all.
Run, chase.
We'll need all the help we can get in this battle. From around the side here, we won't get shot at. Fortunately, we've got no generation as far as I'm aware. Can't be too stupid with what we do with him. Be nice to get a rocket sent in there as well. Where are the great swords? The great swords should be down there somewhere, I think. So you can summon some clan rats there and then send the rocket in immediately, while they all gather around. Might do that now and just see how it goes. This should be a decent Doom rocket now. Fortunately, didn't get these guys at the sides. We did take out one unit of great swords, basically.
Ikit Claw. Guide us, Horn One. Creed.
Bit too rash with our catapults. We need to be hitting high priority targets. Try not to waste ammunition.
Move tail.
So send him up to the gate and see if we can get them to shoot at us. We could also send him onto the walls as well, but it's harder to get down from there. Generally, they do fire at you if you're on the walls
Warlock engineer.
with the mortars. There aren't really any melee units on the walls, so I might just send him up there.
Move, run.
We'll go to the gate first and see. Gate works, you don't need to go to the walls. As long as they can see us, they'll shoot at us.
Ikit Claw.
That. So wait for him to break the gate down.
Our tail is yours. Quick, quick. Skryre's wrath.
While he does that, we could probably fire at these guys. Place here to fire as well. These guys wasting their ammo.
Ikit Claw!
We can even just stand him in the gate and use the flamethrower on them. These great swords, that would be dealing a lot of damage, I think. I'll save the lightning for when they group up together.
Ready, ready! Attack, attack! Halt, stop! What? Clan agrees! None shall live! Doom Flayer!
Halberdiers guarding that gate, so we can't send these guys in there, I don't think. We could always try and break it down, though.
Move! March, Scotty, yes!
Send those guys in and out to take out some of these ranged units, that would be great. We didn't have to waste our ammunition on them.
I'll hail yours! Master Gil! Halt, stop! Skaven back!
Okay, it's taken a long time.
Feel the wind! Break up!
Really sturdy wood. Don't want them fighting the halberdiers, obviously. We can draw them out though. Maybe I can get in behind them and do some damage. Don't think we'll do any damage like that though.
Faster, Scotty! March, Scotty, yes! Now, move!
If I can get them shot from over there, that would be...
Ikit Claw! Onwards! Hasten, hurry! Go good!
Now they're shooting at their own units. This is what we want to do.
Faster, Scotty! Quick, quick! Screech,
Them to fire in their own men.
hasten, hurry! Onwards! Skitter and leap! Horned rats will! Skryre Kill contraptions!
What are range units here at the back?
Faster, Scotty!
Right over here as well. Just nice juicy targets.
Fight, fight! Britannica! It's this! Ikit Claw! Doom player!
They're giving up chasing us, that's good.
Breaking up! Stab! Kill time! Yes, yes! Yes, yes! Yeah. Move! Attack! Hit! Faster, Skryre!
So I'll try and flame these great swords now. Dealing quite a bit of damage to them.
Doom player! This is yes! Ikit Claw!
They are wavering!
Scotty, race!
Take out those towers!
Fast! Quick mode! Scuttle! Run, chase! Move, tail! Move, run! Nasty things die! My blood! Die, die!
It's doing quite a bit of damage over here.
Squeak, squeak!
I don't want to be sitting one of those handgunners.
Chase them! Now, yes! Shall be done!
I think I will just opt to get the mortars out of there. Don't think we're going to have a lot of success getting them to shoot their own units.
Scamper! Blade! Quick mode! For Skaven Blight! Ikit Claw! Mad! Skryre's will! Doom Flayer!
Doomflayers did quite a good job there. Let's see if we can get them out now. I don't want to lose them just because of that.
Warlock Jezzaels! Warlock Engineer! Time to die!
These mortars should have dropped their equipment now. So they have dropped theirs. Another one there as well. I wasn't paying attention. I meant to go around this way, but as long as they don't get destroyed, they should survive the battle.
Jezzaels! Kill sequence! Yes, yes, yes!
Now we just want to bombard them until they're almost at breaking point.
Ikit Claw!
Use the lightning on the best units.
Bad man! Warlock Jezzaels! Onwards! Infernal weapons! Quick, fast! Go, run, go! Dice, dice! Retreat!
These great swords could be a problem, so even though it's just a small unit, I kind of want to get them taken out.
Scamper forward! War black Jezzaels! For the Vermintide! March Skryre gas! Skryre race! Quick, fast! Move, run! Death by claw!
He's taking too much damage there, even though it's just a few of them.
Scamper!
That's a bit better just to get
At once!
these guys down the side instead.
Guide us onward. Ready! Hasten, hurry! Move!
Rattling gun. Skryre cattle crack.
Send these gunners back, I think, if I can.
Faster, Skryre.
War black Jezzaels! Fight, attack! Ikit Claw! Now, ready, now! Left, kill! Halt, stop! Go, run, go! Scamper forward! Council's command!
Rattling gun. Skitter and leap.
Now, go! Shriek! Hornbrat's will!
Quick.
Ikit Claw! Warm lightning! What orders? Attack! Ikit Claw!
Looks like one mortar's still on the mortars.
Blade bore catapult! Halt! Tails forward! Stay, things! Blades down! Scamper Skryre! Ikit Claw! Scuttle! Stone magic! Skryre Kadokrek! Onward!
I'll try and pull out the enemy lord and shoot him with the rattling guns. It usually works.
Die! Kill death! Blade bore catapult! Fight! War systems on! War block loaded! At once! Nasty things die! War block Jezzaels! Faster, Skryre! War block Jezzaels!
ready! Onwards!
Ikit Claw! Move tail! Gain up, small one!
Spears! For the Valentine! Shriek! Not! Scurry, yes!
Scurry, race! Casting death pain! Move, run!
Enemy wizard spotted!
Scamper forward!
He should follow us out now, hopefully.
Scamper!
Shots off at him.
Rocky Jackass!
Scuttle! Run, chase! Move tail! Quick, fast! Scurry, race! Go, run, go! Comply! Run, chase! Quick, fast! Move tail! Go, run, go! What?
Oh, these retarded catapults are doing.
Your desire? Scamper! Storm Demon Prime!
Keep the rest of the magic for the more built up unit. There's maybe one group here we could use it on. Take most of those guys out, they're pretty low health as it is.
Look out, Spearcaster! Scuttle!
What? Now, move!
Death device is charged! Quick mode!
Yes! Yes!
Better off putting them here and putting them on fire at will. Kills that way.
Skaven slaves! Scurry, race!
Ready! Skryre cattle crack!
Clan rats! Die! Master kill! Halt, stop! Kill, yes!
Kill.
Look, see, they run!
But they don't really want to fire though, for some reason.
Yes!
Ikit Claw!
Find Wolfstone!
Blade Claw!
Now, move!
Hasten, hurry!
Warlock Engineer! Tank moving!
Oh, over here!
This way!
They obey!
Quick, go! Clan, advance! Going lock! Find wolves! Creaky shriek! Hornet rats will! Fire, yes! Onwards! Creech and a car! This way! Snapper scurry! Fight! Skryre kill!
Good thing he's turned around.
Advance!
Shoot him in the back.
Explode, yes!
No! Shoot it!
Quick!
Yeah, shoot our own guy, that's great.
Over here!
That's him gone. They should break pretty soon now. I think we can probably just send in the Skaven slaves.
Slaves down! One wishes!
No! black Jezebels! Death is spared! Claw on button! Move, Fran! Ulrich! Attack! Attack! Shot! Shriek! Skaven slaves! Now! Murder, kill, kill! Fight! Attack! What? Yes! Skrenrika Bokre! They squirt fear mask! What orders? Nash! Kill! Lightning strike! War systems on! Enemy wizard! Warp lightning! Now, move! Skaven slaves! Attack! Flame! Kill all things! Warlock engineer! Skaven slaves! We run! Warp snow gadget! Warlock of death! Clan Skryre! Where are the things? Quark lightning! Storm demon primed! Play claw catapult!
So, got there in the end. I think most of them are shattering now. That's one of their armies gone, plus the garrison. Hope you're enjoying the campaign so far. I think we'll continue our slaughter in the next video though. I'm getting a little over an hour. So thanks for watching guys. Feel free to subscribe if you liked it.